Today I want to discuss the current problem of the question of Maf251 question assignment project. So the first thing is lack of design stage cost management. A large portion of cost material complexity of joinery finishing is locked in during the design stage without target costing. IFSB, designers are creating products without a strict allowable cost limit, loading to beautiful but over-engineered and overpriced pieces.
The cost plus. The company is likely using a traditional cost plus approach because their initial cost estimates are too high. They believe the product is not viable and have put the project on hold.
And for the last current problem that IFSB is facing is delay innovation. They cannot bridge the gap between what it costs to make and what the market will pay. The company is failing to innovate. This is allowing competitors who may be using the target costing to streamline their design to capture the growing market for sustainable office and household furniture.
The introduction, target costing is a pricing strategy and cost management strategy used during product development instead of calculating cost first and then adding profit. The company starts by looking at the competitive market price and the profit margin it wants to achieve. From there, the allowable or target cost is determined. The main objective of target costing is to ensure that the products are designed and manufactured at a cost that meets customer expectation while still allowing the company to earn a profit. This means the company must control costs early, especially during the design stage rather than after production begins. Target costing is commonly used where competition is intense and cost control is critical, such as the furniture industry. For Innovate Furniture Sdn Bhd IFSB, this approach helps the company stay competitive by offering products that meet market price without sacrificing quality or profitability.
Next, we move to the characteristic of target costing. First, we have price-led costing. The process begins by determining the price at which a product can be sold in the marketplace. Second, we have cross-functional collaboration. It requires teams from marketing, design, engineering, procurement, and finance to work together to reach the target cost without sacrificing quality. Third, we have lifestyle orientation. It considers all costs associated with a product over its entire lifespan, including design, production, distribution, and customer service. Fourth, we have market-driven approach. It is based on deep understanding of customer needs, competitive level, and the perceived value of product features. Fifth, we have design stage focus. It recognizes that the majority of product life cycle costs, up to 80%, are locked in during the design and development phase. And the last one, we have use of value engineering. Bridge the difference between current projected costs and the target cost. Teams use value engineering to redesign components or processes to be more efficient. Next, we move to the objective of target costing. First, we have ensure profitability. The prime goal is to ensure that new products like IFSB eco-friendly line are profitable from the moment they are launched by embedding cost discipline earlier. Second, we have align product with market reality. It ensures that the product meets the specific level of quality, functionality, and price that the market demands. The last one, we have competitive advantage. By focusing on what customers are willing to pay, it always helps companies like IFSB compete more effectively against rivals who offer shorter lead time and consistent quality.
Hi, so right now I want to explain the advantage of target costing, how it benefits innovate furniture sendirian Berhad. First, market-driven pricing. Market-driven pricing ensure that IFSB sets product price based on what customers are actually willing to pay instead of simply adding a markup to high production costs. This helps the company stay competitive and avoid overpricing its furniture. Second, early cost control. This is very important because around 80% of product costs are determined at the design stage by using target costing early. IFSB can identify and remove expensive features that customers do not value before production begins, rather than trying to cut costs later. Third is foster innovation. It encourages design and engineering teams to think creatively through value engineering, such as using alternative material or simply assemble method without sacrificing the furniture's modern aesthetic and quality. Fourth is improved collaboration. Target costing require different departments like marketing, design, finance to work together toward a common allowable cost. This helps reduce departmental silos and improve decision making. So, fifth is competitive edge. By lowering lead times and ensuring consistent value, IFSB can win back long-term clients who shift to more efficient competitors. Lastly, the last advantages is eliminate waste. It identifies non-value added activities in the manufacturing process, helping to clear the cluttered warehouse mentioned in the case study.
Next, we go through our disadvantage of target costing. In this presentation, we have 4 disadvantages. Let's look at them one by one. So, for the first disadvantage of target costing, we have risk of quality corner cutting. The cost is the main limitation in target costing. Teams may be forced to employ less expensive raw material or simplify design in order to satisfy a carefully specified target cost. This corner cutting may result in a lower quality finished product, which could harm the brand's reputation and raise the number of warranty claims or unhappy customers. This is because the cost is a rigid limit. This is a constant temptation to use cheaper material or oversimplify the design. Warn the audience, this might save money today, but it can destroy brand reputation and increase warranty claims tomorrow. For the next disadvantage of target costing, we have may demoralize designer. Designer and engineers are frequently constrained because the allowable cost is established before the design phase is finished. The emphasis switches from what is the best possible product we can build to what is the cheapest way to build this. The use of new, costly, but possibly revolutionary features of or technology may be discouraged by the strict cost limit. As we all know, engineers and designers love to innovate. Under target costing, their creativity is often boxed in. So instead of asking how can we make this amazing, they are forced to ask how can we make this cheaper. This can stifle the development of revolutionary new technologies. For the third disadvantage of target costing we have here is difficult to estimate target price. Target costing places the onus of cutting costs on the supply chain. The business must demand lower price from its supplier because the selling price and profits are fixed. Long-term relationship may be strained, the supply chain may become unstable, or supplier may be forced to lower the quality of the price they give you. Since our selling price and profit are fixed, the pain of cost cutting is often pushed onto our suppliers. This can strain long-term partnership or even lead to an unstable supply chain if supplier feels they are being squeezed too hard. And for the last disadvantage we have here is require heavy upfront effort or time. Strong cross-functional cooperation between marketing, engineering, finance, and manufacturing is necessary for effective target costing. In order to manage the ongoing value engineering cycles required to close the gap between the initial cost estimate and the goal cost, this procedure is frequently time-consuming and demands a substantial administrative effort. This is not a quick process. It takes a lot of time and administrative work before a single unit is even produced. Next, we have implementation process of target costing. There's many steps we can do to help the IFSB. So let's take a look at step 1. First step, market research and product specification. The first step in the process is to figuring out what the customer want and how much they are ready to spend based on the price and perceived value of rivals. Step 2. Establish the target selling price. The solid pricing is established based on the market research from step 1. Nowadays, the business is a price taker, which means it cannot just mark up its internal expenses. Instead, it has to follow what the markets permit. Step 3. Determine the target profit margin. Based on its long-term strategic objective and the expected return on investment from stakeholders, the corporation determines the necessary profit margin. Step 4. Calculate the target cost. The corporation determines the allowable cost by deducting the goal selling price from the target profit. This is the highest sum that can be allocated to production, materials, and design. Step 5. Estimate actual product cost. Using current technique and materials, the engineering and manufacturing teams calculate the product's current cost of production. Step 6. Identify and close the gap. The difference between the estimate and target cost is known as the cost gap. To close this gap, the business makes use of these two methods. We have value engineering is the process of redesigning the product to cut costs without sacrifice functionally. Second, we have supplier cooperation, which is negotiating lower raw material price with supplier. And for the last step we have here is final decision and continuous improvement. Production start as soon as the goal cost is reached. After that, the business uses Kaizen costing to continue research for tiny, gradual cost saving over the course of the product's life cycle.
Next, we move to recommendation of target costing. First, we have established a cross-functional team from a target costing committee comprising members from marketing, design, production, finance, and procurement. Second, we have implement value engineering. Train the design team to use value engineering to analyze every component of the eco-friendly line. Third, we have strategic supplier partnership. Instead of reducing supplier visit to save money, IFSB should involve supplier early in the design phase of eco-friendly line. And the last one, we have focus on total life cycle cost. To educate the board on the long-term benefit of eco-friendly material such as lower maintenance and higher durability.
So, in conclusion, aligning product cost with market expectation helps the company offer furniture at a price customers are willing to pay, making it more competitive in the market. Controlling costs at the design stage allow the company to prevent unnecessary expenses before production begins, which is more effective than reducing costs later. At the same time, target costing support innovation without sacrificing profitability by encouraging creative design that meet customer needs while still maintaining profit margins. Overall, this approach helps the company to stay competitive, innovative, and financially sustainable. That's all from us. Thank you.